Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Tea Time with Mag. I'm, of course, Mag, and today it's an exciting day because I have three guests lined up to speak to me about Save with Stories Mine. Now, if you've noticed on our Facebook page, we've been promoting the whole campaign. We've been sharing stories from all our celebrity friends. And if you're still confused, you're wondering what's happening, well, let's just say that aforadio decided to initiate Save with Stories Malaysia to, somehow being inspired from what they did in the United States. So we joined hands with our partners Traqkid, Kiwanis Malaysia, and VGI Transit, and we've invited our celebrity friends, athletes, musicians, entrepreneurs to sit at home with a book, and it doesn't matter like if it's a book or online book, it doesn't matter, and read a story. Now, this whole campaign has a good cause. But before I tell you more, let me bring on my guest for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have my colleague from my sister station, Selene Lee, who is the co-initiator of the campaign. Hi, Selene. How are you today?
Hi. So I think I'm not alien to AFO radio audience.
That's right. So we'll bring on our second guest. We've got Simon Chin, the co-founder and CEO of Traqkid. Hi,
Hi
Simon.
everyone.
Welcome to the
Hi.
show.
Nice to be on again.
Wonderful. And finally, we have Dr. Lawrence Lim, the governor of Kiwanis, Malaysia District. Hello, Dr. Lawrence. How are you today?
Yeah, hi everyone. Good afternoon. Nice to be on this station today.
Welcome to the show. Now, you guys, it has been, I heard, I'm not counting days, but I heard someone say it's been 50 days since the MCO was initiated. How is it treating you?
I'm enjoying it. I really enjoy the 50 days.
That's a good thing. Celine, what about you?
I don't know, but I think we probably get used working from home because like recording FB live, be it is in the studio or is at home, it's pretty much works the same for us, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah. Dr. Lawrence, yourself, what have you been keeping
Yeah,
yourself
I
busy
think
with?
that it has been a very busy time actually because
Mhm.
now the Zoom platform, the Skype, and all the things. Actually, we are actually keeping more busy. Only thing that, as I mentioned, we did not end the social, part of the whole equation.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
anyway, it gives us time to reflect, get in touch with our friends and family, and I think I learned to love the last 50 days.
You've learned to love it. I think slowly but surely it's a love-hate relationship,
Yeah.
unlike this
Yeah,
whole MCO,
Yeah.
yeah?
correct. Yeah.
Now, inspired by celebrities in the United States who have come together to read stories for Save with Stories, now AFO Radio has decided to join arms with you guys from
Mhm.
Traqkid, Kiwanis Malaysia, and VGI Transit to launch the Malaysian version of Save with Stories. So, tell us more about this whole campaign.
Maybe I'll take that one. So
Mhm.
I think it's basically my storytell time. So I think I'll be happy to just walk our audience and listeners through how Safe with Stories My started. So actually it all started because like I'm a big fan of Hollywood actress Jennifer Garner. Yeah,
That's
I'm not
right.
sure about you guys, but I watch her Alias series since like 2001, and I follow her from Instagram and found out about this campaign that she did. And due to the pandemic, COVID-19, I think many schools in America will actually close down right now. And
Yes,
what we
correct.
know is that, the millions of children in the US, they actually go to school not just to learn, but also for their breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner. So school is actually where some of these poorest kids get their meals from. So when
That's right.
schools are basically closed down, kids do not have access to both food and education. So Jennifer Garner with another renowned actress, Amy Adams, they kickstarted the initiative Safe with Stories on Instagram. And they basically get like people they know, like celebrities, musicians, actresses, or like even politicians to pick up a children's book
Mhm.
while quarantined at home and just reading them out on Instagram. Of course, at the same time, they want to urge the public to make donation and to
Mhm.
help raise fund on food and education purposes. So this is where the original campaign starts from, you know.
Okay, so Selene, when you picked up the idea, I know you're a big fan of Jennifer Garner, but what was it about the campaign that caught your attention? You know, what inspired you?
I just think that the part where, I mean, we noticed that a lot of the donation nowadays, they do focus on the big chunks of it will goes to basic necessities like food and some essential items. But I think what really inspired me to take a little step further, or I think I wouldn't say it's my initiative, that what caught my attention really is on the portion where they also focus it on that education bit. Yeah. I think that's how it really started. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, for those of you who are watching you, if you have questions or you just want to say hello, you can actually send us a message below, and we will take time off to read out your messages and say hello to you if you're watching right now. I want to say hi to Roshan Jamrock who's watching. Hello. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Also to Rex Tan, Jun Lim, and all of them say hello and good afternoon. So thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, guys. Now, moving on to the whole campaign. Now, Dr. Lawrence, Simon, what attracted you to the campaign? Why did your organization decide to jump into the whole thing and jump on board and be a part of this?
For me, I think the most important thing about this whole campaign is actually about kids, about making a difference to them. I mean, there are a lot of adults that has in trouble at the moment with the whole MCO issue and things like that. But you realize that kids are also they are also human. There are also a lot of requirements as well, and there's less focus on that area, which I think that's actually where the problem is. And having a new initiative like this, and actually more advanced initiative like this, it really makes us excited about getting more kids and making it more different to them. And for me also, especially also to the Orang Asli community, I think that is one portion of the area whereby we have less focus on. And as soon as Selene spoke to me about it, I said, hey, besides just kids in this particular area, we can actually do more. I said, yeah, how about the Orang Asli community? He said, yeah, by all means, anywhere. I said, wow, okay, I'm on. We got to go already.
Yeah. Dr. Lawrence, what about yourself?
Yeah, I guess when Simon, a fellow Kiwanian, brought the idea to us about this campaign, I thought it was a natural fit because, since Kiwanis was formed in 1915, over 100 years, our motto was serving the children of the world. And our was Kids Meet Kiwanis.
That's awesome.
So, through our 1,500 members and 63 clubs throughout Malaysia, we have been serving children since 1976. It was brought in by Tan Sri Kil Johari. We call him the Baba Kiwanis Malaysia.
Yeah.
So, and we had many, more than 20 centers serving down children, autism, dyslexic child, We have been working with kids all the while. So I thought it was a wonderful combination of the raising the awareness. But in particular, not just, I always believe that, when we help children, it's not only just providing them with food, shelter, health, love and care. I'm a strong believer in helping them develop a reading and learning habit, because I think that's the best differentiator for children, especially those underprivileged or special kids. Yeah, because if they do learn the habit of reading and learning right at a young age, it will give them a lot of room to grow in the future. So I'm very excited to be here today.
It's like teaching them how to fish anyway, right? So
correct.
It's actually what we are doing. We're not just providing a necessity, but we're also teaching them how to fish for the future. So that's why it's so great. Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, right, when I had this idea first with one of our AFO buddy DJ Kim, and then we are also just saying like, okay to it. But then the first initial thought was like, okay, what's next? Like, who are we getting on board? And what I really like about having like the part how Traqkid is very committed to offer communication enrichment program for parents and their kids. Of course, they started up with a tracking app. I mean, I've known Simon before this. He's been on my show. It's a lot about, their values on building strong and resilient neighborhood where individual, family, children are pretty much valued and supported. And I think that's where we really want to integrate into our campaign as well, because our slogan is about empowering children's dream. And at the same time, we are talking about the part where we want to help special kids. And I think Kiwanis has got that, because take, for instance, children with autism, they require special attention. So a lot of factors need to be taken into consideration while teaching them special kids. And I believe that Kiwanis Malaysia, they has the desired knowledge and experience dealing with these children. So they fund learning centers that fits well with that desires and the requirements for these kids. So not only in terms of providing assistance in education, and I think they have the right tool and the format available that suits the needs of these special kids at the end of the day. So I think like what Dr. Lawrence mentioned earlier, it kind of eventually have this natural fit among like all the partners on board. And I think it's really amazing to see that.
I guess if there's one common thing that brought all of you together is the fact that, you're doing this for the children. Yeah, and I think we live for that, because we always want to do something for our children, because they are ultimately the future for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. All
I
right.
agree with that.
So taking a look at our text messages, want to say hi to the co-initiator, Kim Tan, who's actually watching right now as well, to Lim Xiao Wei, to Rosie Sa, and June, who says, thank you so much for the nice introduction for Traqkid to Selene, okay? Now, we've spoken about the whole campaign, and it's intriguing. When I saw it, I was like, whoa, okay, so we're doing something that's already been done, but we somehow have something unique about us, okay? But let's talk about the mechanics of how this whole campaign works.
I think in terms of mechanics, I think we're just not trying to deviate too far from how it actually works compared to the one in US.
That's
so I
right.
think it's pretty much the same for us here in Malaysia. We also are trying to invite people like artists, influencers, musicians, entertainers, speakers, anyone basically to join that storytelling portion, and basically just have them to upload the videos on their Facebook and Instagram account, so that when they do their posting, then they will be able to reach a wide number of people. So people will get the awareness and to know more like what this campaign is all about. And of course, at the end of the day, to help chip in by donating a little amount, to support this initiative.
That's right. So is there like a specific guideline of what stories can be read or what should they follow? Because when I was told to do this, I was like, oh no, what do I do? Where do I begin? How do I start? Maybe walk us through what the guidelines were, Selene.
I think I get these questions a lot from those artists that we try to approach. Actually, it's just any children's story between a length of 5 to 15 minutes would be great, because we don't want it to be way too long as well. And since I think the difference here is that since we are indeed living in a multiracial country, we tend to welcome like all languages. So our supporters and pledges of the campaign, they can opt for their preferred language. Like if you're comfortable to read it in English, Chinese, or Bahasa, you are free to do so. But of course, we do have only one policy in mind and in place, which is like definitely we will forbid languages that contain, hateful, obscene, or offensive, sensitive, racial, sexual, or violent content in it. But other than that, I think you're good to go. Just pick up your favorite children's book and then you just read it.
I have corporate leaders who's willing to read, and they were asking us a lot of questions. Say, okay, what age to what age? I say, it's only children's books. Just make sure it's children's book.
7-year-old also children book. 8-year-old also a children book. Yeah.
So I think there's a child in all of us anyway, no matter how old you grow. Like earlier before the show, we were talking. Dr. Lawrence said, there are books that we grew up with, and these are stories that we remember even now, whether we're in our 30s or our 40s or later on. We remember these books because of the values that it shared with us, or the story, or how relatable it was, or that moment. So I'm just curious, why haven't I seen any one of y'all read the stories yet? Jeng, jeng, jeng.
No, I think is, for my opinion, is it's a good reflection. Actually, we have read so many books over the years, and we tend to find out that we have actually enjoyed simple books. They're inspiring, they are adventurous, that make us what you call look at in wonder what is happening around us.
Right.
Correct.
It brings us back actually real good memories. And maybe now, instead of reading for ourselves, we should read to the children, the grandchildren, or whatever, and help them get this excitement back again. I am always an advocate for reading. At whatever age, it is always an adventure.
Definitely.
For me, the nice,
Yeah.
as I mentioned earlier on, Lutz is my favorite during childhood, unfortunately. And Lut is actually a tradition as well. It's something that is a lot of us have lived with.
Yep.
And just that the younger generation might not have an experience in it. But the good thing about it is that there are reproduced comics like that, and it's good for us to sort of revisit. I mean, there's also a chance for us to read it. And I try to read it. Unfortunately, I can't because it's a bit too short for that. But yeah, I'll get another book.
But anyway, as part of the Kiwanis community, I've asked a lot of our senior members, business people. I say, hey, let's give it a try. Don't worry,
Yeah.
Always, you can always repeat the video graphing again. Yeah.
Correct. So if you're not happy, just keep recording until you're happy with one.
Correct.
Well, Dr. Lawrence and Simon, I hope to see your videos really soon.
So my
Definitely,
kid has picked a book for me already. So they already wanting to read this book. So it's just a matter of when I'm going to start doing it. I'm quite sure I'm going to do it quite soon. Yeah.
Dr. Lawrence has like a whole collection behind him to choose from. Okay.
Yeah. No, I've enjoyed books like classic like Treasure Island or Oliver Twist, Christmas Carols, things like that, and a little bit more adult. Because we started a little bit late, but all these books actually bring back really good memories.
Correct. It tugs at your heartstrings as well because it's nostalgia at the end of the day,
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so talking about this whole campaign and reading the books and getting you all to read and being on the bandwagon as well, is this campaign for everyone? I mean, can anyone and everyone read, or is it only for a selected amount of people or celebrities only who can read?
I think, first of all, the stories are for everyone. It's open to the public in our Facebook and Instagram page. Of course, it's free for you to view, listen to. Some would think that, it would be only appealing to the kids because it's children's story. But trust me, like even at my age, I'm not going to tell what is my age, but I find the story is rather amusing. It's like, I don't know about we are all different eras here, but like, for me, I grew up to like Lady Bird series. I don't know if you heard about that, like Baby Club, and then we've got Peter and Jane series. Like those are like my favorite. So it's like now when you hear stories that you never hear before, it's actually quite amusing even to adults like us. And I think it's very heartwarming, especially if you have your kids around and you just get them to watch the video together with you. At the moment, speaking of which, who can actually read the stories? I think for the campaign to reach out to the public, we are definitely engaging like artists, celebrity models, all these key affluent or TV personalities that we know to kickstart it. And I think the reasons are pretty much simple. They are very used to appearing on videos, and they are very happy, like very naturally, they are like more than happy to lend us their voices as well to help support the initiative. And of course, they do appeal to the public. It's harder, in fact, to gauge someone like anonymous to read aloud, and of course to act in front of the camera sometimes. But it's not that we don't allow people to read it. So if by all means there is any one of you who is watching this, listening to this live, who said like, oh, I want to lend my voice too, and then just go ahead, come and approach us, PM us, and we will guide you through how to actually share your stories online. Yeah.
Fantastic. I guess because different people have different following.
Yeah.
So those who we know, some may not know, and those who others know, we may not know as well. So it's good to share the word around and get more people on board so that the campaign stretches wide and far in a way. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so who have come forward to read stories so far? I think we've got a fantastic list of people, right?
But I thought you just flash it over just now.
Let me make your work easy, Selene. Come on.
Okay, I think at this moment we are very grateful, in fact, to already have like a lot of the local supports from some of the artists that we have. We have over 20 stories on our page already. I bet you heard names like Deborah Henry. She was a pageant. She's still a hot model today. We have got Joanne Kum, our favorite queen of comedy, Joanne Kum, with us. We have got influencers like Aina Natasha. We have got actor from like the Chinese community. We have got like Steve Yap. My favorite actress of all time, Sharifa Amani, is also with us. She has pledged her stories earlier. And then we have got Nadia Akila, Anuja Anandan, Cedric Lu, Mike Chua, Carrie Ng, and then like so many other personality. And you've got to check out one of my favorite stories, Red Thus Far. It's by Waifan. Waifan was, I think, an ex-DJ from some radio station. She did it very cutely. I think, Mac, you saw that too, right?
She's the one with the animation, right?
Yeah,
I
and
love
this one,
that one.
I love that one too.
Yeah,
Lovely.
see, it's
Very
on our
lovely.
screen right now. So yeah, it's fantastic.
It's like,
She's
oh
so
my God,
good.
so much hard work is
So much
being
effort,
put
correct.
into this storytelling. And I was like so touched the moment I saw this. I was like, oh my God, like, wow, this is really something that I didn't expect. Like how far
Correct.
they would go, you know? Yeah.
All I know is I don't understand Mandarin for the life of me, but my son does. So he kept watching the same story over and over again. And I just enjoyed the whole animation that was going on because I'm like, so much characters, so much animation, and so much effort, So that, comes from the heart. And I guess everyone who has actually pledged their time to read these stories have done it through their hearts. And I love that about this campaign.
Yeah.
So well done,
Yes.
guys, on, working on this. So well
We're
done.
waiting for Dr. Lawrence and Simons.
I know.
Anyway, there's a pledge. Okay, we'll get it done.
Woo! I'm so happy to be doing this live today. Yay!
Yay.
Two more
Okay.
storytellers. Yeah.
So when you approach all these celebrities, right, what were their reactions like? What were their responses like? Was it positive? Was it a bit worrying? Did they feel like, oh, can I do this? Do you think this is even going to work? There was a hesitation.
I think we received like mixed responses, Joe. I mean, everyone has got different characters and all, and of course their approach to this initiative. I mean, some were like an immediate yes. So it's like they might not know how to do it. Even they're like, okay, I'm just gonna support this campaign because because of the values that we're trying to share across. Some were a little bit confused because they'll be like, why do we need to storytell when it's all about raising fund, right?
Correct.
But I think that we're pretty lucky that Kim and we got away with the too much explanations needed, because we usually would just show them the initiative that is actually currently running on America as a reference point. And I think that they sort of just get a gist of how it is actually done. Yeah. So I think all we need to do is to explain a little bit more like how it is like having the campaign here in Malaysia. And for those who have been supporting, I think it's very funny to see how they storytell as well, because like you notice, like when people are trying to tell a story, they change their mood and their tonality, right?
Correct.
They've got that different pitches and all, and they also tend to feel very comfy at home. So it's like, imagine like this actor from magazines, shoots, TVs, like they look different, and then there they are sitting at home, and then like in their casual t-shirts, like reading comfortably. It's kind of fun to actually watch them. So I think we've got a lot of mixed responses, but I think I would say majority of it, they are quite positive.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah,
And this is like
I enjoy
unfiltered.
I enjoy working with the corporate guys anyway. So I've also asked a few corporate people to say,
Yeah.
why don't you come in? Of course, they're more concerned. There's different concern anyway. But after a couple of clarification, hopefully, after we air Facebook Live today, and also on Friday we do a special event, I'm quite sure that they'll be more confident. Then I'm quite sure there will be more people who come in anyway. And then the main purpose, of course, is for us not just on reading, but also donation as another way of doing it. Yeah, I think that's
Correct.
the main work that we are doing. Yeah.
I think it's really encouraging people to really inspire other people to get a good reading habit. I think
Definitely.
a lot of us, we don't see the end in mind. It's just not about the donations. It is about how we're going to make use of the donation and how we're going to stimulate people to really enjoy reading.
Yeah.
I think it's like a movement, when you let people get into the habit of reading and enjoying it, then you don't have to keep on bugging your children in the future. They will learn how to search things for themselves, So I think the indirect benefit is obviously, that we raise funds, but the funds are actually meant also to use to increase the ability of all these special children or underprivileged children to get access to books. And then nowadays, with the digital, transformation, to be able to have internet access, computers, whatever, that will speed up the whole learning process. So I'm excited, not just from a point of, just raising fund, but the whole context of if we encourage people to read and read through various books or by, the online basis, just how well we can develop the future generations of people. And that as a part of us being adults, we shouldn't be afraid to fail, because we can always edit it. So
We can always edit it. I like that.
Technology is brilliant. unless you choose to do it live lah, but that would be really challenging. Well, you mentioned a little bit of where the funds are going, but the main point of this whole campaign is to get people to read. And I think that's a habit that over time we've forgotten. We've gotten too busy, or we've had so many different excuses that we don't find the time to read. And I think it's good to bring back this reading, especially when we're stuck at home for 50 days. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Okay, so going on to the causes of the campaign. Now, Dr. Lawrence, you mentioned a little bit about where the funds will be channeled to. So anything else? I mean, because the one in the United States, they started off because some of the children who go to school, they don't have proper meals with schools being closed. But here, our, the cause of the campaign is larger than just that, right?
Yeah. No, I think that, we have been, Kiwanis have been supporting 20 long-term projects for many, many years. Like a Down syndrome has started more than 35 years already. So, but however, like all these people, it's a lifelong care. And you go to different stages of their life. There are different learning requirements.
Correct.
And what we need to do is to keep on helping them to slowly progress towards the digital era, learning through interactions, to different format of learning. I think that's where it comes in.
Right.
The other thing, we are very active in Kiwanis also. We have been helping a lot of the B40 people in Perak. We give them school bag, we give them dictionaries. So all these things are ongoing programs, but they always need continuous funding. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. One of the other thing that we have been is like starting a mini library in Traqkid, in Sarawak, because we reach throughout the whole nation. So we have communities like Orang Asli, people, places like Traqkid, where they need mini libraries for books access, So all these funds will be very handy to help us continue the providing of these kind of educational opportunities. Yeah. And also, for example, a lot of people don't realize that there are also quite a lot of refugees communities in Malaysia.
Yes.
One of the project by a few Kiwanis club is to support learning centers for the Myanmar refugees, because without education, how are they going to survive in the future?
Correct.
All right. So by providing books, providing internet access, computers access, we are actually helping them to be a better citizen in the future. So by doing all these, support system to the special child or to the underprivileged children, we are actually continuing our contribution to helping these needy people. And I think by and large, the Malaysians are very generous, but they need a medium to communicate and to reach. And I think I congratulate AFO Radio for taking the initiative, because we are very happy to be part of it, because it helps us to reach out,
Mm.
you know.
Definitely.
And it's not about the small contribution. It is about how well we reach out. And even though $15 a minimum, but you add up enough people, there's also
Correct.
a amount of money.
Right.
So I strongly encourage all those who have not yet, go to the website, click the button and donate.
Fantastic. I love that. I love that. Dr.
Yeah.
Lawrence have just given us the whole reason why we
Just
should
shout out.
donate. No, right now, I think a lot of people are reaching out to, donate essentials and food because there are many families who are affected by the loss of income during this whole MCO period. But you guys are concentrating on education, and I think that's the foundation of everything, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think educate it's like a couple of things that we do. Like I mentioned earlier on, is to teaching them how to fish is one thing, but getting them new knowledge is very important. I mean the books that we provide, it's kids books, but sometimes for adults it's a recall of certain old books who also bring good, doing good stuff. But for kids, it's something that they can learn from because they have no access to books, and this is something that you can listen to, and it's also one of the big important senses. Hearing is actually one of the important senses, and of course watching as well. So, and that helps in terms of developing their hearing skill, knowledge as well, and of course knowing the people that are presenting the focus is also to also acknowledge them to be giving back as well. So celebrities have put in their time for this. People get to know them. It's actually a celebrity that is kind-hearted, that is really willing to support a kid, or really willing to pledge and getting more people to donate to help. That's very important. That's the whole works of it. Yes.
For me,
I echo Simon views. I echo Simon views because a lot of people don't realize how starting them young into reading and learning actually develop a lot of lifelong skills. We are able to converse in different languages. We are able to learn computer skills. We're able to imagine what the world can be. When they grow up. All these things just start from that little thing that we do today. By encouraging them to learn to read, to write, to communicate in languages. I tell you, that is going to be a great differentiator in life. All right. So I think Malaysian, we have helped a lot of the children in the area of food, shelter, health, love and care. I think it's time now we focus on the learning aspect of it. And I think this particular campaign helped to highlight that.
Definitely. So the MCO comes with benefits in a way. So it just doesn't protect us and keep us safe, but it also helps us to pick up a habit that should already be ingrown in all of us, which is reading, because it's a lifelong thing after all. Yeah. All right. Now, taking a look at our live comments from facebook.com/AFOradio. I want to say I'm not sure if you're pronounced A Chun or Eddie Chun from Kiwanis. Thank you for joining us. To Jin Yong, she says, hello, Dr. Lawrence. Hello, Simon. Tony Goes says, donation done. Jun Lim says, thank you very much. Joyce B is saying, good job. I'm guessing. Simon, June has already scheduled time for you to do your recording tomorrow. So no more excuses. Serena Quack says, hello, Dr. Lawrence. Rosie Sa says she loves to read. Chan King Ho says, Kiwanis rocks. And Vincent Lee says, well done. So guys, so much support from all our viewers this afternoon. And we want to thank you for joining us here as well. Now, moving on, we know, the campaign benefits the children and the children from the less fortunate group of people as well. But how about the general public? How does this benefit the general public?
Dr. Lawrence, want to take that?
Yeah, one of the idea I've hear from Shireen is that you just got these wonderful videos by so many celebrities, athletes, entertainers, and business people. If you put together into a compendium of videos, where children can get access anytime, they have all these wonderful stories told by wonderful people about what inspired them, So So this could be, for the general public, the children, nothing to do at home, just click onto the story and make it a discussion with their children, and engagement. And what do you learn about this story? What is it highlight to you? Because most stories always have someone who live from a kampong, suffer some disaster, went out of the journey from the village, learn to from a seafood, learn about wonderful values, and come back to be a very successful hero back to their own community. I think whether it's expressed in animals or in children or cartoons, the story is always about doing better. Have the courage to learn. Don't worry about failure. So I think the general public would be able to really benefit from this instead of the father or the mother telling the stories. Now you have so much of source of stories from around the country, from famous people. They can make it real, and it become much more wider perspective of what life is about. And I hope that the public will take this opportunity to really, encourage their children to really go into these videos, and be part of the campaign as well.
I think for me, the unity is very important. It's actually uniting everybody for the same cause. Actually, the cause of making a difference to a kid. I think uniting everybody from all walks of life that's why I said earlier on as well, who can read, who can contribute, who can also donate. I guess everybody, because unity is very important to all of us. And this is probably the right time for us to unite together and do something for the kids. I think for me, that's a very important thing.
Yeah.
And it's for public.
I think I would not say some people are just out there providing food. I think it's just very commendable that people are coming together to help the society and the underprivileged in any forms of support. So in fact, we are so grateful that because there are so many people out there, there are funding on food and essential. I think that has allowed us to somewhat also focus on what's next, which I think that includes education. So that's the part where I think make this campaign a little bit different. And because I think it could tie back also to the question earlier, like why we emphasize on education so much, because child literacy is often taken for granted. And like what Dr. Lawrence has mentioned, also emphasized that a lot of the time, that a lot of the kids are growing out without having the ability to read or write. And that has resulted has a direct effect on poverty. And we all know there's a link between illiteracy and higher unemployment. So growing up, imagine these kids, they do not have the skills, then they won't be able to find good jobs that could sustain their life. So this campaign, Save with Stories Smile, it came about as a very it's like a message, like an awareness to tell people that how important education really is. And of course, we know that tackling illiteracy problem is far from being easy. And we are not, of course, able to make it like miracle happen overnight. But we want the public to know that we can help play a part, like making big strides in closing that gap. So by providing trainings, resources to the neediest communities, just like how Kiwanis Malaysia is providing to the disadvantaged children, the fundamental tools are pretty much needed for them to escape poverty in the future.
Very well said. Very well said.
Yeah.
All right. So now, other than watching the video and contributing to the cause, what can we, the general public, do to help with the campaign?
Donate 15 ringgit.
Or more. Donate 15 or more.
Join the Kiwanis movement.
Oh, yeah. Be a part of Kiwanis also, I think. I think we have our Facebook and Instagram link that I think will be stated in our bio later on. It's called, or you can just key in alias Save with Stories Smile on both Facebook and Instagram. You can easily access to our dedicated page for this campaign. So On that page, there will be a donation link. So just click on that and make a donation to help support the initiative. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, if you guys do have a voice that you want to lend to us, so by all means, let us know as well, so we can have more storytellers on board.
That's right. That's right. Now, 1 week into the campaign, how's the progress like? Is it up to your expectation?
I probably ask the partners first. Is it up to your expectation?
For me, couple of things. I mean, one my friend's work was surprised. I mean, during MCO, nobody can go out, no production team, and she can come out at the kind of level of quality. With 23 artists on the list itself that has already did announcing, I think that's amazing. That's exciting actually. It's only a short of a week. I mean, we have a long way to go actually. Yeah.
Dr. Lawrence?
I think to date, I think the number shows about $4,000 of donations. But I think it's a very early beginning of the whole campaign. I think after this show, more and more people will be aware of it. At the end of the day, it's really about not much amount of money, but please to go through also the Kiwanis Malaysia.org, where you can go straight also to this Share with Stories page. And then you can do a direct contribution there and then also, yeah? Ultimately, it's really about helping each other, all of us here, to to get this message across.
That's right.
Get our children to read, help the poor at the same time. Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you.
So was there an expectation, or was there no expectation?
Okay, I'm just gonna take this first. Okay, I'm not sure if we do have so-called a rate to measure or benchmark how we're going. But I think we are happy, like Simon mentioned, that we have over 20 storytellers on board already. More are coming, and we're very excited by it. Dr. Lawrence mentioned we already raised close to 4K at the moment. And by just encouraging public to donate as little as 15 ringgit, expectation-wise, we are certainly looking forward to raise more fund every day. And of course, we hope, like I mentioned earlier, we hope more affluent personalities to join us. So if you're out there, you're a musician, actor, actress, like even you guys, famous people, like if you do want to lend voices, join us on board. And I just hope that more people will help spread that message across.
My message to all my corporate friends is very simple. Even though we request a very minimum of 15,000, I'm sure all of you can do better.
No, 15.
You don't have to do the minimum. You can do the maximum of 1,000 per company, and we will reach our 100,000 target very fast.
It's something that Dr. Lawrence can mention, but not me. Right.
Simon, anything to add? Did you have an expectation, Simon?
Yeah, I would say 100,000 is a good target. I mean, everybody has a target for us to work towards. But for me, of course, I'm just reaching out to most of my friends, corporate leaders as well, to say that, let's lend a hand, try something different. Not the same ones that just donate a cash. You should do something first, which is read a book. Come on, read a book to a kid, and then do something different and pull more of your friends to support this whole cause. I think that's the most important. Again, for me, unity. It's very good for us to unite together and do something for kids. Yeah,
definitely. I did not see that in this picture, the fact that everybody came together, united for one cause, which is brilliant. So well done, guys. Now, if you just joined us on facebook.com/aforadio, I'm Mag, and with me today, I have Selene Lee from our sister station, AFO Dientai. We have Dr. Lawrence Lim, the governor of Kiwanis Malaysia District, and Simon Chin, the co-founder and CEO of Traqkid. Now, this afternoon, we're talking about Save with Stories Malaysia, #Save with Stories My, and we're trying to do our best to get people to read more during this time, being at home, and enjoy the stories that are being read by all these celebrities who have come together for a good cause, which is to raise funds for children and to help them in this journey of theirs, reading and learning and all that. It's a lifelong journey. Yeah. Now I want to say hi to a couple of people on our live comments. We've got Jimmy Yap, who says, Bravo, Governor Dr. Lawrence, go, 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 Kiwanis, Malaysia. We've got Chan Kin Ro, who says, Kiwanians rock. Vincent Lee says, well done. Koju Karate Slango Prabha says, great. Olivia Vivian Leo says, Kiwanians definitely rock. Ivan O says, Selene, very true. And yes, kids need Kiwanis. Hashtag, by the way. Very well done. Karme Ng says, well said and done. Chan Kin Ho says, kids definitely do need Kiwanis. Jin Yong says, will definitely donate. I strongly believe education is the key to break the cycle of poverty. Yes, we all believe that as well. And I think Celine said that very well. And Rosie Chan says, a very noble initiative indeed. So thank you so much for all your messages. Keep them coming in. Dr. Lawrence, Simon, Celine, when you guys are done with this live broadcast, maybe you can actually head on to the chat box and, say hello to all your fans watching right now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
how
we do.
long
Yeah.
will this campaign be on for? Is there like a time limit, or, it goes on beyond MCO also?
It certainly goes beyond MCO, because I think now we are not MCO anymore. We are CMCO.
CMCO, correct.
Yeah. All right. Currently, I think there's no fixed date as to when the campaign will end, because I think the artists are also posting up stories on different dates.
Yes.
So we are actually allowing them to do so at the moment, because everyone is pledging their support and they are doing it voluntarily, and it's all by free will. But of course, we hope to achieve our 100,000. So I hope that once we achieve that, at least we can have like a milestone of how far we have come with this campaign. Yep.
Definitely. Okay. What is your future plans for the campaign? Does it just stop there once you've reached your goal?
I would need to ask Dr. Lawrence, are you able to look forward for future collaborations?
I think one of the message I want to pass across to donors is that, Kiwanis Malaysia, we are very transparent and accountable for all the donations received. All right. All the money donated will go to a service account, and is 100% will be used back for service projects. So the public can rest assured that whatever money we receive under this campaign will be, used properly, and we will communicate back to the public how it's being used. Yeah. So this is the only way that we as an organization can continue to get public support and confidence. Okay. So if this campaign have the necessary impact and meaning, I'm sure we will be able to work on other campaigns as well. All right. Because children need Kiwanis, and children need people like you all to support, to reach out to the masses. Thank you for bringing us as a partner.
I think for AFO, we are very grateful that you guys decided to jump on board as well. Having people like Kiwanis Malaysia join this initiative, that's like brilliant.
It's like an honor to us also.
Definitely.
Yeah. And
Thank
it's like
you.
first time collaborating with Kiwanis Malaysia, so we definitely look forward for like more of this
Future
initiative in the future. Yep.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys, I'm very sure, are aware of how Save It Stories are being done in the United States. So how is Save It Stories Malaysia different from the one in the United States?
I think it's multilingual. It's a different thing. Yeah, I mean, our
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. I would say that I will also accept Tamil or Hindu readings.
I'm looking forward for that actually.
Yeah, we have so many races. I mean, we're happy. I mean, if I can have the Kadazan or Iban people doing it as well, happy for that as well. We wanted to learn. We also wanted to learn from fellow Malaysian, other languages as well, which is within Malaysia that we do. Actually, that's something that is great. Yeah.
Definitely. I think I would love to, listen to a story in Hindi or in Kadazan or Vidayo. It'd be really cool, yeah?
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, we should. We should encourage
I might
more
not
of
be
this.
able to understand though.
Yeah, we won't be able to understand it, but it's like watching Mandarin, for instance, right?
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, I guess, looking at it in a bigger picture, the fact that we're unique that way. We have so many different languages,
Yeah.
and that makes us different. And I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
like that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we come to the end of the show, tell me, what is there one thing that you secretly hope to achieve through this project? Personally, yeah. Personally, not just for the foundation or for your organization, but personally. I'm sure you did it with heart, and therefore there is a certain reason that reaches out to you.
Should I start? I have
yes,
something that I
go
really want to say.
Go
So,
ahead.
so I'm a great fan of this lady. So really, really great fan of this lady. And I really hope that she will just lend a hand to us as well. Of course, I have no chance of getting her to do something. So I hope that she can also maybe through this platform.
Serious lady.
Yeah, it's a lady. So to inspire more people by donating this cause, of course, and also to help children. So for me, it's a lady. It's a really, really special lady. I guess this lady is actually none other than our respected and loved Raja Permaisri Agong. Actually, for me, she's a great lady. She's very motherly. She's very down to earth. I
Definitely.
really hope through this platform, maybe I don't know, maybe there'll be a surprise come along that Raja Permaisri Agong will do this. And if Tuanku you ever have catch on to this say, I'm a great fan. I really hope that you can also make a difference to the kids of Malaysia. So my wish, it's a tough wish. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to request for it, but something that I wish for. I hope that maybe it'll come along. Yeah. Yes.
I love the fact that you're putting it out in the universe. So, law of attraction.
Yes. And let's see whether it's coming. Yes.
Dr. Lawrence, what about you? What personally do you hope for?
I think in using this today campaign on radio show, it's the first for all of us, but it's really to signal to all the our Kiwanis communities that go out, spread the message, use different platform. We have been using digital transformation as a way to reach people, and I'm very happy to be able to share that we have done the Kiwanis 4.0, which is a digital platform, and that's the reason why we were ready to work with aforadio this time. Yeah, but the whole message that things have to change, message have to get across. We need more people to understand the Kiwanis motto and objective, and the more hands we have, the more we're able to help out to reach out to achieve our goals.
True.
Today, to me, it's about heart to serve. Every one of us got heart to serve, but are we daring to lead? To make changes, adopt the new ways, and action, not words. So today, I want to demonstrate that with this radio show, we are not afraid to lose or to fail. We can try and use different platforms to reach out, but more important, to help those underprivileged and needy people.
Yeah.
Thank you again for the opportunity.
And for me, I think on top of the fundraiser, of course, I hope that like Simon also, I just hope that this campaign is able to reach more vendors out there, and hopefully to pledge in their support as well in terms of the needed resources. I mean, of course, we are urging the public to donate as little as 100,000 is actually not a lot either. And I hope that this will attract like corporate sponsors, and we are talking about education resources like training centers. We talk about materials, like maybe they could come in the form of the materials themselves, books, toys, stationery, school bags. So I do hope that this campaign is able to reach out to these relatable vendors to help make this education purpose like achievable for all of us eventually.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Thank you.
before we wrap up the show this afternoon, I'm going to take a look at more of our messages. We've got Lim Xiao Wei, who says that you guys are amazing. You're doing very well. Mika Chin says, hi, Dr. Simon. 8 Chan says, let's put our hands together to make our community a better place for all of us. Yes, here. Rodney, oh no, where did the message go? Rodney Rash Leo says, well done to Dr. Lawrence Lim. Hashtag Kids Need Kiwanis Community. Togetherness is certainly growing, and kids education is the future investment. Amazing effort, everyone. Audrey Lim says, hello to all. Rosie Sa says, yes, it's definitely good, multi-language, and that makes Malaysia stand out always. Yeah. Olivia Vivian Leo says it's creating awareness to the public on the wonderful work done by Kiwanis for the children in Malaysia, as we believe we should help the children who will be the future leaders of Malaysia. Definitely, for sure. Well said. Serena Quack says, well done, Dr. Lawrence. Well said. Audrey Lim gives you a clap. Rosie Sao says, well said, Governor Dr. Lawrence. And Jacqueline Lau, thumbs up for Dr. Lawrence. Wow, Dr. Lawrence, you got lots of
Thank you, Erin.
fans this
You got a lot of
afternoon.
fan, yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who are writing messages, if you're connected to the Kiwanis Association, please do your part and read the story as well. We would like to see more people reading stories too. I can't
Yeah.
wait for Dr. Lawrence to read his story. It'd be so
Me too.
cool. We want it unfiltered, so you be relaxed in your own comfort zone. No quote and tie all, no professionalism.
I worry it's gonna put on a lot of pressure to him after this.
No lah, chill out. Don't put pressure.
Chill
Just
out,
chill
chill
out.
out. We
Take
just
it
have fun,
easy.
man.
Exactly. In the spirit of fun, in the spirit of helping kids, I think that's what we're doing it for. Yeah. So on behalf of AFO Radio, I want to thank you guys for joining us this afternoon. And do you have any last words for all our viewers? We've got tons of viewers at this very moment. And I think, they're all big fans of each and every one of you. So what would you like to tell our viewers this afternoon?
Read a book and start donating.
I've got the same message as well. So if you need to
Yeah.
look up for more information, just go to our dedicated Facebook, Instagram page, Safe with Stories My, and then there you go. All the info will be there.
Yeah, my message is very simple. Please all be safe, read a story, and donate Kiwanis cause.
Fantastic. Now, once again, thank you so much. And for those of you who are viewing and watching us live from facebook.com/AFO Radio, you are more than welcome to share the broadcast as well so that we can, spread the word wider, okay, the further the better. And to get more people to know more about this campaign is, our aim at this point. Because the more the people know, the more we can reach out. Yeah?
Yeah.
So once again, thank
Thank
you
you.
guys. Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. Thank you, Simon. Thank you,
Thank you.
Celine, for spending your afternoon with us. Don't forget, go say
Thank you,
hello
Meg.
to all your fans on our chat group. And to all our viewers, thank you for joining us. We will see you soon again right here on AF Radio. You take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
bye-bye. Bye-bye.